Hello guys and welcome back to Makeup FOMO. Today we are going to be doing kind of like a get ready with me all drugstore spring kind of a look. I'm not sure what I'm calling this video yet, but something like that, using all really affordable drugstore products. This is the look that I came up with. It's like a little fun pop of blue, perfect for like spring and summer, but still really glowy and bronzy, pretty low maintenance, pretty quick and easy to do. Like I said, really affordable products. I love drugstore products. They're my favorite. I'm a drugstore girl at heart. And all these products that I use are some of my favorites. They're really good, and they're really reliable, especially in like the spring and summer months. I also kind of just really quick show you like my hair and outfit because I am heading out to a wedding, bridal shower, planning, brunch kind of thing right now. So I figured I would show you guys everything, which I haven't really done before. I'm not really that fashionable, but I figure might as well just show you guys. So if you're interested in seeing all that and how I got this look, then just keep watching and let's get started. So we are going to get started getting ourselves together, and I'm starting off with my moisturizer, which is the e.l.f. Booster Drops. I've talked about these in a couple videos before. It's one of those little dropper kind of situations, and I'm just really not crazy about these at all. I just picked them up because I was kind of hoping it was more like a serum type thing, but it honestly just feels like water, so I don't really feel like it does a ton, but I'm pretty much just using it up at this point. But yeah, I would not really recommend them. If you actually need like hydration, just don't bother. It really doesn't do anything, I don't think. And as you guys know, I'm not really much for primer, but I do really like a pore filling primer just because my pores are way too big. So I just use, this is like a little travel size of the L'Oreal Youth Code Texture Perfector Pore Vanisher. And I literally just take a tiny bit of this and I just put it right over the areas, like right next to my nose. And it really does like fill in your pores. And I kind of just like press, not really rub. And then whatever's left on my finger, I just kind of like drag down over my smile lines, just to try to help fill those in a little bit too. So next for foundation, I'm going to use one of my favorites, which is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD. Why did I say HD High Definition? Like, isn't that what HD stands for? I don't know, but this is the Longwear Illuminating Foundation. I really love this foundation. This is one of my favorites from the drugstore. A, it's like so cheap, and B, it is so illuminating. And you guys know I love a dewy foundation, and it's honestly one of my favorite foundations from the drugstore just in general. It's just like so cheap but so good, and it has amazing coverage. And if you're wondering, I'm using the shade Natural because I do have a bit of a tan, and that's like their third or fourth shade, and it's a really good match for me when I have some color. And just to blend it out and add a little bit more luminosity, I'm using my Sonia Kashuk blending sponge, which is my favorite sponge of the moment. If you haven't tried these, you definitely should if you like sponges, because they're such good quality and they blend so well and so fast. And I don't really feel like it takes away the coverage of your foundation because it doesn't really soak up a lot of the product. It just blends it really well. I just seriously love how that makes my skin look. It's just so nice and glowy, but still like skin-like and natural and not like cakey or heavy feeling or looking. Seriously, try that out if you haven't. It's so good. So since it's the summer months and I kind of like a more like natural kind of look with my skin, A, because I really like my freckles to show through, but also B, I don't really have any like active breakouts or really a whole lot to cover right now, so I kind of like to just soak that in and let my skin show through as much as possible. So I don't really do almost any concealing. I'm going to just use a little bit of concealer under my eyes, and I'm using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer in the shade Nude Beige. I literally just dab a tiny bit of this like right in the dark parts under my eye and a little bit right underneath, and then just spread that out, and I also drag it a little bit onto my eyelid. And that's pretty much all I need in terms of concealer, because I don't have like terrible dark circles, but I definitely want to just color correct a little bit under there since it's just a little bit darker. And then I just leave the rest of my skin how it is. Oh, can we also just talk about this nail color? I just got my nails redone. How gorgeous is this color? It's like a mauve-y kind of grayish purpley pink. I'm so freaking obsessed with it. I feel like I just want to have this color on my nails for like the rest of my life. It's like my favorite kind of tone. I was actually saying to my mom, I got my nails with my mom, this is just like one of my favorite tones and like colors in general. Like when I do eyeshadow and stuff, like I just love doing like mauve-y purples on my eyes. I like clothes in this color. Like this is becoming one of my favorite colors. I feel like I would love this color like on the walls or like an accent wall in like this taupey kind of grayish purple. So that's literally it for concealer. It takes me 2 seconds. It just evens out my under eyes a little bit, but I'm actually going to my girlfriend. I am her bridesmaid. She's getting married in October, so we have her like bridal shower planning meeting this morning, like a little brunch. So I'm going to that. So I definitely want to look like, you know, put together and kind of cute, but I don't want to go heavy with my makeup because it's just our girlfriends just going to brunch and it's gonna be so hot. So I want to keep it minimal, but still look put together, you know? So next I'm just gonna do my brows. This is exactly how I do my like face routine, or at least these are the steps I typically always do. I like to do my foundation and concealer and then do my brows, just so that my foundation and concealer have a second to like warm up to my skin, sink in, and like become one with my skin, and then I put powder on it after that. So I'm just gonna really quick fill in my brows. I use the e.l.f. This is like their gel like brow and eyeliner cream type product, so you can use it for a couple things. I use the shade medium brown, and I also sometimes use the shade light brown. I kind of go back and forth. My hair color doesn't change, but sometimes I want a little bit of a stronger brown, sometimes I want a little bit of a more natural light brow. And then kind of as a final step, mostly because my brows have been like kind of unruly lately, I just use the Essence Make Me Brow little brow gel. This is a total dupe for the Benefit Give Me Brow, so I definitely don't think people should buy that anymore. They should just buy this. This is like $3 or $4. It has like the fibers in it, and they have a decent color selection. I think they have like 3 or 4 shades, which I think Benefit has pretty much the same shade selection. But it really sets your brow, and then also if you're going for like a really natural look, you could also just use this by itself. Okay, so now I'm ready to set my face now that my brows are done. And I'm going to use for my face this Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Primer. Mattifying powder. It's basically just a translucent pressed powder, and I don't have oily skin at all. I actually have dry skin, so I don't have this for the mattifying component of it, but it is waterproof, which is actually what made me purchase it, just because I thought that was cool, like a waterproof powder. And I really don't use it for like its mattifying qualities, but I have to set my face. I literally cannot not set my face, and I do often like to just have at least a couple options in terms of translucent powders, just for the times when either A, I don't want to add a lot of color or a lot of coverage. This is also a powder I like to use during the summer months, just because it says it's waterproof. I feel like it makes it less likely to like break down when you're sweating and stuff like that, and I definitely sweat a lot in the summer. I sweat so easily. And then to set under my eyes, I'm going to use my Revolution Luxury Powder in the shade Banana. I love this. This is definitely kind of like a knockoff of the Ben Nye Banana Powder, like especially with the shape of the container. But this is really good. I like how finely milled it is, and it's not like too yellow, because I really don't like a super yellow powder. It like ends up just making my eyes look kind of discolored. So now we are getting to the fun part, which is my favorite part of doing my face, and that is bronzer. I literally just look forward to my bronzing step the most. I feel like it literally just makes your makeup look so much better. It makes your face look so much better. It makes you look alive. I literally live for bronzing, so I'm going to use 2. So the first one I'm going to use is my Butter Bronzer, the Tried and True. This is actually the newer one in the deeper shade, and oh my gosh, I swear I cannot open this without sniffing it. So even though they came out with this darker shade, it's still not, in my opinion, dark enough for me when I have as much color as I do right now. So I'm kind of going to use this as just like an all over like face bronzer, just to kind of give me a little bit more color and kind of warm up my face. And then I'm gonna double it up with my Lottie London Tan Time Bronzer, which is a little bit of a darker shade, and I like this one just to kind of deepen things up, mostly just like right in the hollows of my cheek. Not really like a contour, but more or less to like give me a little bit more of a concentrated like depth in certain areas. You'll see. So I'm gonna start with my Butter Bronzer on this like big fluffy crown brush, and just like kind of put it like all over this area of my face, not really concentrating it too much under the cheekbones or anything, but just kind of bringing it around like down from my ear and then up towards my temples, and just literally like bronzing up this whole side of my face. And then I, of course, drag it up onto my temples. Oh, I don't know if you guys watch Shay. From that girl Shay. Oh, I love her. And her and I swear, are just the same in that she like lives for bronzing her forehead. Like that is her favorite step. And I swear that is my, bronzer in general is my favorite, but my favorite step is when you put it on your forehead, because I swear it literally changes everything. I am here for the forehead bronze. So then with my Lottie bronzer, I'm just gonna like use this really small, this is a Real Techniques little contour brush, and it's a little bit more concentrated of a shape, and I'm just gonna dab into that. And you could, I guess, kind of call this contouring, because I'm kind of focusing it in on those contour areas, but this is not necessarily like a cool tone bronzer, like a grayish bronzer that you would usually use for a contour. I just kind of like it to like deepen up certain areas. So now for blush, I'm actually so excited to be using this because I haven't shown this on my channel yet, and I've only been using it for maybe a week. I just got it, but I'm in love with it. This is the BH Cosmetics Nude Blush 10 color blush palette. This is what it looks like. It has 10 different shades in it, and I just love the range of shades in here, because you have like your really pinks, and then kind of your coralies, and then some like deeper ones. And these ones look almost as if they're not gonna These ones look almost as if they wouldn't show up on your skin, but they have surprising like hidden pigment in them. Like you put them on and you can actually see them, even though they almost look like they're like a skin tone shade. It's like magic. It's super crazy. But I love the formula of these and the pigmentation. They just blend so well, and I just love the variety in here. And I'm pretty sure I paid $10 for this, so it was literally $1 a blush. And I mean, this is BH Cosmetics, so it's super affordable. It's definitely not like the nicest packaging of all time. It's just plastic. There's no mirror. But the product is so good. It's just such a good bang for your buck. So I think I'm going to try this shade up here, which is like really shimmery and kind of bronzy, but I want to just like try it. It's actually not as glittery as it looks in the pan. I feel like the glitter kind of like dusts away when you rub it on, but it kind of just looks like, I don't know, like a brown. It almost just looks like a more like a shimmery bronzer. It's not really doing much. So I think I'm gonna go over that just because I didn't quite do exactly what I wanted it to do. And I'm gonna use this really like kind of hot pink corally blush and just put a little bit of that on. I feel like these kind of like blush shades are just so up my alley, especially for summer. I just feel like it makes you just look so like a little bit sun-kissed. And next for highlight, we have an oldie but a goodie, and it is the Physicians Formula Natural Nude like shimmer brick little thing. This was all the rage, I feel like, on YouTube for so long, and it is still such a good product and I love it. I'm gonna just stick to kind of like the lighter slash like bronzy shades. I'm just gonna basically avoid that super dark shade over there, but this is just such a nice formula. It's like a bold glow, like it's not subtle, you know. And then just to amp it up a little, I'm going to just take like the very, very lightest shades right here and just concentrate my brush right on those two and add that right to like the center of the cheek, just to make sure the very highest point is the most glowy. And as you guys know, I am dry. I don't get oily, so I like to add a little bit of like kind of that like subtle glow that you get when you're a little bit oily. You kind of just get a little bit of a natural glisten on your forehead and kind of in the T-zone area. Just don't get that since I am so dry, so I always add a little bit of highlight, just a light dusting to my forehead, and then of course down my nose, tip of my nose, and Cupid's bow. This is seriously just such a nice highlight. It seriously just like disperses onto your skin and like melts in, and you cannot really like see where you put it because it just like melts right in and just looks like not natural, but doesn't also look like a strip of shimmer, you know. It's like right in the middle there. It's gorgeous. And then before we move on to the eyes, I'm just going to set my face like I always do. Today I'm going to use the e.l.f. Illuminating Primer Mist. This is the one that has like the little ball in it, which is just a satisfying sound. I hate the sprayer on this. It literally assaults you. It's scary every time I use it, and it does say primer mist, but obviously like any of these priming or setting mists, you can use them interchangeably. It's not that serious, but it is definitely super illuminating, so I do like it for that reason, but I'm always scared, so hold on to your hats. You take a freaking shower in that, I swear. And you see how that just kind of almost enhanced my highlight and just kind of made my whole face a little dewier? Well, that's what I'm here for. So I zoomed you guys in a little bit all up close and personal now, so we can do the eyes. I'm going to use a couple different palettes. You guys probably feel the same. There's not like a ton of really awesome drugstore palettes. I personally feel like high-end eyeshadows are just where it's at. I do have drugstore palettes, and there are like ColourPop and BH Cosmetics that make really good, high quality, very, very affordable palettes. But I wanted to keep this, at least for the eye portion, like real drugstore. So I'm going to use an OG, the old Milani, what were these even called? The Everyday Eyes palettes, these ones that looked like this. And then I'm gonna also combine it with my e.l.f. And Christian Siriano palette, because I want to add like a pop of color under the lower lash line. I think I want to use probably either the blue or the green, just for a little pop of color. And then I'm just gonna do a pretty simple, like neutral kind of eye on the top. So this is not necessarily like a tutorial, you know, or anything like that. I'm just gonna do something super simple. So I'm just gonna grab this the shade right there, that like bone colored shade in this Milani palette, because I just want to set my lid. I literally have to have like a bone colored shade to set my lid with. Even though I set my lid with my under eye powder, I need to like do it again. So then, as you could have probably guessed, I'm just gonna grab that like really cool toned taupey brown and throw this in the crease. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I like use the crap out of this palette for such a long time. These are really good quality palettes. They still sell these. They just came out like a while ago, but they're such good quality, and I think they're like 10 bucks each, and they're awesome eyeshadows. And then from the e.l.f. Christian Siriano palette, I'm gonna grab this like shimmer shade right here. This is such a nice like kind of taupey golden shade, and I think it's such a nice lid shade if you want a little shimmer. And this is just the brush that comes in the e.l.f. palette, and it's got like a really nice like flat packing brush on it, one end. I'm just gonna drag what's left on that into my inner corner. I'm gonna end up adding something else to my inner corner too, but you can never have too much inner corner highlight in my opinion. So then, like I said, I'm gonna add something else to the inner corner, and I'm just gonna grab this like bigger pan highlight shade from the e.l.f. palette and on the same brush, and just pack that onto the inner corner as well to make it a little bit more poppy. And then I'm also going to add this to my brow bone. And then for the fun part, I think I'm going to take the blue, just because this is such a gorgeous blue, on just kind of like a fairly like fine pointed little shadow brush. And I'm just going to blend this right on the lower lash line, like from the outer corner just like to halfway about. So that is what that looks like. It's just kind of subtle. I didn't want it to be like super bold, but it's so pretty, and I just love a pop of color. So then really quick, per usual, I'm going to tight line with my L'Oreal Kohl Kajal, whatever this is called. I don't put any on my waterline just because that's a little bit harsh, but I always tight line. And then I'm going to curl my lashes because I literally cannot not. And then I'm just gonna add a million coats of my, I've been really loving this lately, the Maybelline Colossal Chaotic Lash, I guess. Oh, is this waterproof? Oh, I didn't know this was waterproof. Well, I've been liking it a lot lately. Maybe that's why I've been liking it, because I feel like it really like holds the curl, and it's super black. So I've just been pretty much using this and just layering it up. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this is the look with my mascara and everything on. I just love the pop of blue. Like, it's subtle, but you can still see it. And then obviously the top of the lids are pretty simple, but I think when you're doing a colorful lower lash line, it makes sense to go kind of simple on the top lid, just so it's like balanced, you know? I figure since I'm about to head out, I might as well show you kind of the rest of my look. So I just like threw my hair, it kind of just like twisted it and pinned it back, like kind of straightened it a little, but like not that much. And I'm gonna throw my lip product on, which I'm just using the e.l.f. A Touch of Nude lipstick. This is like really is just a touch of nude, but it's really natural looking. It adds a little bit of shine, a little bit of color, but it's just easy. So as you can see, it adds just like a little touch of color, a little bit of shine, super comfortable, super low maintenance, super easy to wear. So this is basically the completed look. I'm gonna curl my lashes again once they dry, and I'm gonna just finish getting ready, and then I figure I'll show you guys my outfit and we'll wrap everything up. So as you guys know, we're moving, so the background is a mess. This whole place is pretty much a mess, so just disregard that, but I wanted to show you the outfit. So as I kind of showed you, there's my hair. I love my short hair so much. And then I have this like really simple kind of like halter tank top from Hollister. I used to work there, so I wear a ton of Hollister. And I just tucked it into like this little high-waisted kind of like skater skirt. Is that what they call these? And then these are the flip-flops that I'm wearing. I have no idea where these are from. I have had these for forever, but they're just so cute to wear with like black outfits just because they have a nice little detail and then they're just brown on the bottom. So they're super simple. I'm also just not sure where this skirt is from because I've also had this for forever, but probably like H&M or something like that. So that is everything. I am just loving this look just because I love, especially for the summer, something that's a little bit more simple. Like this, for example, no eyeliner, no wing, like nothing crazy, but just a really simple lid, you know, just a crease color and a shimmer, a whole bunch of mascara, and then a pop of color. I just think that's such a fun, easy, like spring and summer look. So this is what I go for. And then since I was wearing just something like black and white and super simple, I figured the pop of blue, you know, added a little extra pop and pizzazz to the look. So that is actually everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a little different makeup, a little bit of hair, a little bit of fashion. Not that I'm fashionable, so let's just call it clothes, not fashion. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed. If you would like to subscribe, we would love to have you. We have so much fun here. And until our next video, I will catch you guys then. Bye, guys.